Good morning. We are still at our campsite here at the Onguma Wildlife Reserve, which, if you've watched our last couple of videos, you know is directly across, just shares a fence line with the famous Etosha National Park here in Namibia. And if you missed our last video, man, did you miss some exciting wildlife stuff. It was an epic video covering 2 days, just off the charts animal sightings. And we are not done. We have one more day left here at this beautiful, beautiful campsite in Onguma. It's dark again because we're getting an early start and getting a tour, a little Jeep ride over to Etosha for a morning ride. So we've seen a lot of the animals here, but there's still a lot to see. And the one big one that's here that we haven't seen yet is a cheetah. So maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and spot ourselves a cheetah today. Getting a better look at the rhino would also be cool. We've seen the black rhino, but he was at a distance. So we've got some goals today. Let's go meet up with our tour guide and see what we can figure out.
So we arrived at the park, Etosha National Park, at the gate here at 7 a.m., a couple minutes early. There was a line of about 7 vehicles in front of us. I'm not sure how many there are behind us, but I'm sure they're lined up back there. And, well, Perceville's got her paperwork and we're headed in.
All right, guys, we had a nice ride in, passing a few zebras, giraffes, and impalas along the way, of course, because they're everywhere. But we got a good early start, and we went a little farther in than we did right away yesterday. And we came around the corner, and we were looking out over this beautiful pan where there's some water right now. That'll eventually dry up during dry season. But we looked straight ahead, and right in front of us, there he was, big black rhino.
Snow spotted the rhino.
I did. I was thinking, man, that's a really fat wildebeest. And then I was like, that isn't a wildebeest. But we got here. We got a really beautiful time with him. And of course, the guides have a responsibility to share with each other when they spot something like that. So we put the call out over the radio, and the other trucks, they all came and got a look at him too. But for a few minutes, we had him all to ourselves. And it was really cool. And
as a bonus, one of the ugly 5, not the big 5, but one of the ugly 5, the Malibu stork is out there. And he was out all of a sudden walking around. He walked right past the Malibu stork. He kind of like looked at it and walked around it. Super, super amazing experience, guys.
We're off to a good start.
Yep.
We've already marveled at Etosha's incredible wildlife. Elephants, lions, rhinos, and even a leopard. But beyond the stunning creatures, Etosha National Park boasts a captivating history and some truly fascinating facts that make it a unique destination. Did you know that Etosha National Park is one of the oldest conservation areas in Africa, established way back in 1907 by the German colonial administration? Initially spanning a staggering 100,000 square kilometers, it was once the largest game reserve in the world. Over time, its boundaries have been adjusted, but it still remains a colossal protected area, covering over 22,000 square kilometers. Now, let me tell you, that is over 5 million acres, and it is almost the same size as New Hampshire. This national park is as big as a state in the United States. That is huge. The name Etosha itself is deeply rooted in the local Oshiombo language. and it means the Great White Place, a clear nod to the park's dominant feature, the vast, shimmering Etosha pan. This is an immense salt pan, which covers a significant portion of the park, and it isn't just a visual spectacle. It's the ancient bed of a huge lake that dried up thousands of years ago, and it plays a vital role in the park's ecology, attracting wildlife to its mineral-rich edges and the surrounding waterholes, especially during dry season. Imagine the foresight it took over a century ago to establish such a significant sanctuary. So while the wildlife of Etosha is undeniably captivating and the superstar of the park's history as a pioneering conservation area and the story behind its iconic salt pan offer a deeper appreciation for this remarkable Namibian treasure. All right, our morning ride at Etosha is kind of wrapped up with just getting to drive around and see some beautiful landscapes. Of course, zebras, wildebeests, and
Saw a rhino.
yeah, we saw the rhino this morning. We already told you about that. But a few giraffes. But it was a slow day at Etosha and Onguma from listening to the radio. So we feel pretty lucky that we had 3 really good things before that. But we rested this afternoon. Both of us took really good naps, much needed. And now it is almost 6:30, and we're walking up to reception because what are we doing tonight, Curt?
We have an amazing, luxurious bush camp dinner. Now, this is supposed to be prepared by like an awesome chef. They set up a fancy area out in the bush, out where the animals are. We don't know what's on the menu, but I'm sure it's gonna be probably all the local cool stuff, like buffet style or something like that. We don't know.
We don't know, but we're gonna go up here.
Watch the sunset.
Yeah, get in our truck, ride out to somewhere in the middle of the bush, hopefully be able to see some stars. It is a little cloudy, but that's okay. Let's go see what kind of food they serve us and see what this fancy excursion's all about.
Let's go.
We were 5 minutes into our ride out to our bush dinner, and we were about to make a turn, and we saw two other safari trucks that are definitely watching something. So we pulled up there, and this is something you know happens when you're here, and you see these beautiful animals, and then in the same territory you see these big, massive cats that you know have to eat. And seeing cats, lions like that, which is what we're looking at right now, feeding on a fresh kill, is just a part of the circle of life. I can't think of a better word. But you get a little sad knowing that in this case, a little baby zebra had to lose his life for those 2 magnificent lions to be able to have dinner. So it's hard to watch, but yet you know it's necessary, and to get to witness it is special, even if it pulls on your heartstrings because of the cute little baby zebra. But I think Curt got some good footage. It's getting dark, so we'll have to see how it turns out. But
unfortunately, it's a little graphic footage. By now, you've already seen the warning on the screen, so if you did choose not to watch that, that's cool. But ironically, we're off to have our own bush dinner.
Yeah, our own dinner. But let's go see what we're gonna have to eat. But that was fascinating to see, guys. And I think we're very lucky to get to see it. Welcome juice. I like welcome juice.
Okay, do you like it? Thank you. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, sir.
Okay. Cheers.
Oh, it's yummy juice. Thank you.
Cheers, Perceville.
Pleasure.
So do they call you Percy for short?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard on the radio?
Yeah.
Are we friends enough to call you Percy?
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, look at
Everything's
this.
yours. Everything's yours. Yeah.
Normally there's more people out here than just us, right?
Yeah, it's private. It's private. Yeah.
Is it always private?
Yeah, always private. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, look at this. Wow. All right, we're out here and we have the chef. What is your name again?
My name is Chef Rodin.
Chef Rodin.
Yes.
And this is a
African dry.
African braai.
Yes.
And so the wood, guys, if you can see over here, the logs are, and then you...
Yes, this is the wood. I bend the wood here, and I put the charcoal under here, and I can control my temperature, how I want my meat to be cooked. So if I want it on low heat, I put the charcoal back, and if I want on high heat, I pull them back again.
More charcoals.
Yes.
And tonight we've got, it looks like lamb.
Yes.
And chicken.
We have lamb chops. We have chicken pie. And we also have game over here, which is olives.
Which is marinated.
Yes.
And we've got some potatoes, and then
potatoes, some bread here.
And now, was the bread made on the grill?
Yes. It's
okay.
Homemade here.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And the soup?
Then the soup is a vegetable soup. Actually, another name is La Casa.
La Casa.
Yes.
All right, guys. So we've got some delicious food tonight.
Yes.
And unbeknownst to us, this is a private little dinner. And we've got our own little private chef. So we are excited. And a beautiful, beautiful horizon, the sunset. There's a couple fires. There's the braai going. And so we're learning about the traditional Namibia braai, which we're excited about that. Thank you so much, Chef. We look forward to trying the food.
You are welcome, sir. When you're ready, let me know.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, guys, we have a nice little fire. You're fine over here.
Yeah.
We got our friendly guard, man. He hasn't left us. He hasn't left us the whole entire time. He's making sure we're getting taken care of. But look how nice and fancy and luxurious this is, guys.
I think he's protecting us from lions, too.
Oh, is he our guard? And Snow's over here in the in our living area.
Just go to sleep right here.
And we've got a big cushy section. I don't know if you guys can see that. Big fluffy pillows. And then what is your name? I'm sorry?
Uranium.
Your onion.
Yes, uranium.
And then we've got a full different assortment of drinks.
All right. We're not used to this fancy, but it's nice.
It's been a while.
Yeah, in our pre-van life, we did this up in France.
Fancy France. The fancy France dinner.
But I've got a little
Fancy
wine.
France dinner.
A little wine. Kurt's having a little gin.
They have a local gin here, and it's really good. We've had it on some of our rides, and I'm sticking with the local gin.
And we can smell the food cooking over here with Chef. Guys, this is way more special than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, just hopefully no lions come up and eat it. Because there's nothing to keep them away.
Except Percy.
Our soup was delicious. She calls it La Casa. It was broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and some sort of a cheesy cream sauce, maybe with a touch of curry.
Yep, curry.
And it was really good. They come out every once in a while and shine the flashlight out in front of us, which in front of us is just nothing but wide open bush. And a little bit ago, he spotted a couple impalas. We couldn't see them, but we also heard the lion roar in the distance. But Perceville says they keep them away with the fire. But we're prepared to run if needed, right, Curt?
I'm prepared to run faster than Snow.
So funny. All right, guys, we walked over to the grill and we got to pick and choose the meats we wanted. Curt, what'd you get?
Of course, I got the lamb, the chicken, and the game, so I got one of each. I think the game is orcs, as we've already talked about. We got potato, biscuit, we've got fresh butter, and this is like a local coleslaw, if you will. So cabbage, carrots, and some sort of dressing in there. So
yeah, and I got the orcs, the potato, the chicken, and the bread. I skipped the lamb. Not a big lamb fan. Dig in, Curdy. Let's go.
yeah, this looks tasty, guys.
We are braising on the grill, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a style of cooking, not what you're cooking on.
Yes.
Okay. Like at home, we would be barbecuing on a grill.
Yes, actually, it's just the same thing, just a way, different way of saying it.
Different word.
End of the day, the same thing.
Perfect.
Yes.
So good.
It's delicious.
I can tell you guys that I've only had the lamb, or is it lamb or goat?
Lamb.
Lamb, and it is so amazingly delicious and tender and good. And the biscuit also is nice. And I've tried some of the coleslaw. It's tasty as well.
And the oryx on the skewer is incredibly tender.
Oh, have you had the oryx?
Oh, that's what I'm eating right now.
Mm.
I can't eat anything else.
And some of you are probably wondering what the oryx tastes like. And the oryx, so we should put a picture of the oryx here, but the oryx, even though it's wild game, it doesn't have a wild gamey taste like you would expect like venison or something like that.
And it tastes incredibly good. It resembles a steak, a beef steak.
It does.
It does, and it's delicious. So we're gonna eat, and we'll be back because she says she has a surprise dessert for us.
Mmm. Oh, grilled pineapple.
Oh, is that like a caramel sauce?
Yes.
Oh, delicious.
Actually, it's grilled pineapple
Mm-hmm.
with coconut caramel sauce,
All
and it's topped with grenadille or passion fruit.
Passion
right.
fruit. Yeah, I see the
Yes.
seeds. Yes.
Passion
You've,
fruit or grenadille, so the same name.
You just nailed a bunch of my favorites right there on one plate.
Grenadille is the same as
Passion fruit, grenadille or passion fruit.
Look
Yes.
at this.
All right.
Beautifully.
Let's
Okay.
get in.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Chef.
ma'am.
Enjoy your dessert.
Yeah.
All right, we have finished dinner. We're drinking our last little glass of wine and hanging out here with the three people that are here with us from the staff that are wonderful. And they did what are you going to call it, Curt? A wildlife check to make sure no lions are coming to eat us. And right there, 50 feet away, 25 meters away, under that tree, you can't see him because it's dark, but there's a jackal. He did. And he wants to come clean up our scraps when we're done. Mr. Jackal, you gotta wait on me to finish this glass of wine. Then it's all yours, buddy. What a night. Our meal was delicious, wasn't it, Curt?
It was great.
Our
Company
dessert.
was good.
Yeah.
The food was amazing. And yeah, it was just a good time. Great atmosphere. Good
Yeah.
time.
Really nice way to end our time here at
Top shelf.
Onguma. We have left our bush dinner location out in literally the middle of nowhere. It was a wonderful, beautiful evening. We ended it by chatting with everybody that was out there with us. Of course, we had Perceville with us, and then we had the chef, and she had a helper there, and everybody was super friendly. It was a really good night. Of course, I'm smiling a lot because I drank a few glasses of wine. Curt's smiling a lot over there. It's in the dark. You can't see it, but he had a few gin and tonics.
Well, the good news is this is probably the only way we can do a night bush drive in Onguma.
It's true. It's a secret. If you want to take a chance of seeing something at night, you have to book the bush dinner. Let's see if we get lucky and get a glimpse of anything else on the way home. We already saw the jackal by our camp. Let's go home, guys. Back to our van. Good morning. We have packed up the van, checked out at reception, paid our final tab, and we are leaving Onguma. And I'm a little sad. How about you, Curt?
It's a good time. To be honest with you, I'm a little worn out, and I'm ready for a break. And one of the nice things about getting to Namibia is we can travel slower, which is more what we're used to. So we got to go get our new tires, but I'm ready for a break.
Yeah, so we're leaving here. We've got a little bit over an hour drive back south to the city where the tire shop is. Hopefully all of our parts have come in, our new tires have come in, and we can get completely safed up. But Vanna is on the dash. She's ready to roll. Let's go get our tires. Goodbye, Onguma. Beautiful place on our planet.
All right, Jerry from Commercial Truck Parts hooked me up. We ended up getting 10 lug nuts. We really needed 12, but we got 10, so we'll take what we can get.
These were not cheap. This right here is 75 US dollars. So $7.50 a piece. And but anyway, it's something we absolutely have to have. They got all the tires balanced and they're putting them back on. And as it turns out, when they were taking them off, I had one more tire that was damaged. So instead of getting 3, I ended up getting 4. The 2 from the front are going into the back with 2 brand new tires, and 2 brand new tires will go on the front. And then one of the remaining good tire will go on the spare. And I think really what this is collateral damage from banyo. See if I can find the tire. But anyway, the side walls, there was some separation on the inside sidewalls, almost like from either A, driving them underinflated, or B, putting all the weight repetitively on rough terrain like we did in Banyo and just beating the heck out of those tires. Both Snow and I were shocked that those tires stood up through those rugged rocks of Banyo. And it turns out they didn't do quite as good as we hoped. But you can see there's some gouges on them. There's some separation. And there was just damage done at Banyo. So anyway, we got 4 new tires. They're putting them on right now. And we'll be good to go. You can see the cover's back on. We got a proper spare tire. And they're about to go around and torque these down with the proper torque wrench. We've got all new lug nuts, new lug studs on the back. And so we're almost ready to go. There's one more wheel left in the back and we're gonna be on the road. Look at there, new tires. After several days in the bush, we have needed a chore day. And so before we left the camp, we topped the tanks with water. We went off and drained everything. We went and got new tires. I already told you that story. We topped the tank with fuel and we got a much needed car wash. And so we also picked up a little bit of grosh. But there's something I wanted to tell you about Namibia. And we encountered this in Patagonia as well. But between states or regions or departments here, they have agricultural checkpoints. And they don't let you carry raw meat across the checkpoint. So we have a lot of frozen meat and some in the fridge, probably a week's worth of meat, maybe even a little bit more. And so we have to cook it. And after having our little bush cookout the other night, we are having our own little braai right here at this cool little camp spot in the woods. Now we only get this place for one night, and so we have to go up the road to the next state across the checkpoint, which is why we're cooking all the meat. I got the fire started up, and unfortunately it looks like some smoke's going in the van. We already got the kitties for a lovely walk. I think we'll probably get them for another walk too. But we're gonna be out here for a while cooking out. We'll show you guys what it's like to be out in the bush and do your own braai, Africa style.
So while Curt is working on getting the fire going, I'm gonna show you around our campsite. The name of this camp is Zuri Camp, Z-U-R-I. And each one is very private and very big. I mean, if you came out here with a group of friends, you could have a couple of those rooftop tent trucks here, no problem. And they kind of are known for having a green patch of grass all year round. And we got cool birds going off in the background. We're in the middle of the bush, a farm, they call them here. So a bunch of private land. Not really a game type place where we're gonna find animals and such. Although there are some comments that say you can see porcupines and a couple of kind of deer. You know, the kitties are chilled out inside for sure. So this is called the safari camp. There is a campsite next door. No one's there. They got a privacy fence. And this will be our private bathroom right here. So let's see, I have not taken a look inside yet. Let's see what it looks like. All right, so we have a sink with hot and cold water and a toilet in here. That's nice and clean, lots of room. I can't remember exactly what this costs per night. We're learning that here in Namibia, oh, look at this, guys. There's also a cooktop right there. Interesting. So there's a, seems like you kind of pay per person and sometimes the vehicle too. So I'll put on the screen how much this campsite costs per night. But the Wi-Fi connection is strong and the cell phone signal works here. So that is something that's really nice, especially if you need to do some work like we do. So, short little nice and sweet campsite tour. How's the fire going, Curt? It's coming along. All right, guys. We're gonna cook some food. Have a barbecue, right, Curt?
The official term is a braai.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for messing that up. We're gonna have a braai if Curt ever gets the fire going.
Good morning, everybody. We had a great night's sleep last night, and while we were cooking the meat at the grill, which, by the way, that was so good, so yummy. We had some chicken and some potatoes and some vegetables. We, of course, didn't eat it all, but the owner came by and she told us about all these cool places that are up in the direction that we're headed to, so we're super excited about that. But first things first, she told us there was a bird blind over here, and apparently this bird blind is at the water level. And so we're gonna be able to walk over here, and she said there's all kinds of cool birds over here, potentially. It's the nature, we never know. And she said every once in a while, small deer called dik-diks and other animals come around to hide. I believe it's by a water hole. There's the sign that says bird hide, just a few feet away from the van. So let's go check it out. All right, guys, not much to see here. All the birds are hiding from the hide. We sat out here for about an hour and watched the birds, or listened to them. Snow came a few minutes after me, and she said they're swarming the van. But in any event, we're gonna call it quits here. Go give the kitties a walk.
We're on the road. The host there, Erica, she came over last night and we saw her again this morning. They gave us lots of good tips. They actually sent us a PDF document with a whole bunch of information about Namibia, so we'll be getting into that tonight. It's always nice to get some information from the locals. But the kiddies really enjoyed Zuri Camp. They had a nice walk last night, a really nice walk this morning. But we are on the road and we are headed north and east over to what we call the panhandle area. I think it's called Perceville.
They also call it Zambezia,
Yeah.
but I think we're the only people who call it the panhandle.
And it's because we're from Florida, and in Florida we have the panhandle, and that's exactly what it looks like on the map. So anyway, that's where we're headed. We have a campsite picked out. I think Curt's told you about the checkpoints we have to go through for the meat inspections. So let's head to our next campsite, a whole new part of Namibia.
Yep.
Today's drive was about 5 hours in total. We started passing villages that were a little bit reminiscent of our time through West Africa. Water wells and pumps, villages likely with no power. But the roads have stayed somewhat good. We have gone through a few pothole sections, but we have passed several pothole crews. And they're official crews with good traffic control, and they're properly fixing the potholes before they get really, really bad. So Namibia is really, really bringing it home with the roads, aren't they, Curt?
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
Yep.
This area also has a lot of cattle.
Yeah, it's definitely a ranchers type area. We've seen some goats, but mainly a lot of cows, and they bring them out to graze on the side of the road. We stopped for gas. We fueled up. There was a KFC. I will tell you that we did eat some KFC chicken, and it was pretty good. But we went through that meat checkpoint that we had heard so much about, and they just waved us on through. We had no inspection, no issue, no nothing. And we had kind of heard that that was possible, but we didn't want to take the chance. So we prepared anyway. We are now about 30 minutes from our camp, which will be along a river, where we will start to get closer to where there are hippos and such. We should be getting back into a wildlife region up here pretty soon. But I think this is a good place to wind this video down. What do you think, Curtie?
See you guys in a few days.
See you in a few days. And if you could look at Curt's eyes, look at him. This boy needs a nap. Cheers, guys. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.